Hello, today's at-home activity is identifying red, yellow, and green light food items and then a kitchen makeover or kitchen clean out. So red light food items are going to be those items that when you eat them, sometimes they leave you feeling ill. Maybe it's one of those food items that you binge on or overeat in it when it's present. And these are going to be things that we think of as more or less like a no-go type of food. A yellow light food item is going to be one of those food items that's sometimes okay and other times not. So I like to think of these food items as treats. So let's use ice cream as an example. Perhaps if I'm out with my family, I'll get one ice cream cone, but if ice cream's in the house, I'll eat way too much of it, like a carton of ice cream. Green light items are going to be those food choices that when you eat them, you're satisfied with your choice. They leave you feeling good physically, mentally, emotionally, and they sit well in your stomach. With that said, there's no food that we need to completely eliminate from our nutrition plan, okay? But really the goal is I want you to be mindful of what these foods are for you. A lot of times with red light items, we could do without some of them. So an example of that is maybe candy. Maybe when it's in your presence, you eat a ton of it, but if it's not around, you don't necessarily miss it. You kind of just eat it because it's there. So what we're going to be doing is a kitchen clean out. We're going to be looking to limit the amount of red light if we can, get rid of the majority of the red light foods, and limit the amount of yellow light foods that are in our presence, and really surround ourselves with those green light food items. So what this does is it sets us up for success. If red light food items are there, the likelihood that you or somebody you love is going to eat that food is high, right? Somebody's going to end up eating it. If that food is not present, the likelihood that you consume it is much greater. If it's out of sight, kind of out of sight, out of mind type deal. So I want you to really set your environment up for success. This makes it very easy for us to select a green light food item. So I want you to buy a ton of vegetables, ton of fruits, lean proteins, and have these things, these green light items available for you. If they're available, it's going to be convenient to make a good choice. It's going to be easy to make a good choice. And because we're not tempted by a ton of other food items, we don't really have to demonstrate a ton of willpower at the start of the challenge. So again, identify what your red, yellow, and green light food items are for you, and then try and limit the amount of those red light or yellow light items and surround yourself with those green light items, those fruits, those vegetables, those lean proteins, those good options that make you feel pretty good after you eat them, and make it really easy for yourself to make the best choice throughout the challenge. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments.